Brace yourself, sports and music fans, because every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Arizona time is GO time. Introducing one of the hottest, most entertaining, and downright addictive podcasts you'll ever need. PD&J was good today. Hosted by none other than J-Dub the King and Pocket. These two dynamic personalities will keep you on the edge of your seat with their unique blend of humor, storytelling, and knowledge of sports and entertainment. And you know what makes it even better? They're live on YouTube and Facebook, so you can join the conversation and be a part of the action. We're always on the lookout for awesome guests to join us on the show. So if you think you've got what it takes to hang out with J-Dub the King and Pocket, then slide into our inbox at J-Dub the King. That's JDUBBTHAKING. And let's make some magic together. So what are you waiting for? You don't want to miss a single episode. See you on Wednesday.
Are you a business owner or someone looking for more ways and avenues to advertise and promote? Look no further. Contact us today for an advertisement. Email PD&J Media Productions LLC at gmail.com for more info. Promotions are everything. What are you waiting for? Don't miss out on the exclusive limited edition You Gon' Know Me t-shirts. That's right, You Gon' Know Me t-shirts are now available. Be sure to reach out to J-Dub the King to secure your very own t-shirt today. You can contact J-Dub the King via social media at J-Dub the King or through email at jdubtheking@gmail.com. But that's not all. While you're at it, make sure to keep up the hype by streaming the hit single You Gon' Know Me by J-Dub the King featuring Yuckmouth and Drew on all major digital platforms. Let's keep the momentum going.
What's good, folks? What's good? Guess what? We're back. You already know what it is. Brand new week, brand new Wednesday. Brand new episode of PD&J. What's good today? I'm your host, Jay.
What it is, y'all?
What's up?
We're back, as he said. Here, you know, I gotta say first, we went and saw Music Royalty last night. And no, we're not talking about Nelly. So no, we're not talking about Nelly. We're talking about Janet Jackson, if you call me. Music Royalty. People don't understand that she's been doing music 51 years. So since she was 7 years old, she's been doing music. Possibly 6. 51 years, man. And it was a hell of a move. Still moving like she in her late 20s. Not her early 20s, because she wasn't dancing like she normally does, but she would pop a few moves out there every now and then. And I kind of struggled when I saw her get down on the ground. I didn't think she was going to make it back up. But then again, we might have missed the invisible line that was helping her get back up. But at 58 years old, man, still performing at the height. I mean, it was amazing. And we're lucky because Phoenix was the last one on the American half of the tour. I'm telling y'all, if you didn't go, our American watchers and listeners, you missed out. I'm telling you right now, you missed out. I enjoyed it. What'd you think?
It was good.
Well, I guess he didn't enjoy it. I just said it. I enjoyed it. I ain't going to sit here and bullshit nobody. I enjoyed the damn thing. I enjoyed myself hearing some of her new stuff, some of her old stuff. It was a mix of everything. And it was an awesome display of what a concert, professional concert done right, should look like. So shout out to you, Janet. Nelly, not bad at all either. I was kind of told, like, you can pretty much see how he performs, which I know. We can always see how he performs, but it's just a matter of seeing it. He showed a lot of love to Phoenix. Apparently, Phoenix was one of the first places he came out before he was popular, and they always showed him love. So he made sure.
Right when he had his hit, I remember when he came out with Country Grammar, he would actually, he'd been here a couple of times during his tour of that record.
The Country Grammar.
Yeah, well, not just the Country Grammar Tour. Like he was out here multiple different stops while that album was out. I know he had did the TRL tour.
Got you.
With
Okay.
Eve, Destiny's Child, and he brought the same Lunatics. And I remember because I actually went to that concert. And my man in the St. Lunatics pull up in ATVs and shit like that. Like, so yeah, Nelly, you know what I mean? He's a frequent flyer when it comes to, you know what I mean, being out here in Phoenix and everything like that. So
and he showed a lot of love. I mean, he continuously showed love. So Phoenix, you showed out. It looked like it was standing room only if there was any room. So I enjoyed it. My wife enjoyed it. I'm quite sure. The late birthday boy enjoyed it.
Everybody enjoyed it.
But now, let's get to the topics at hand. Which one you want to go with?
I mean, we've been on for so long. I mean, where do we start? You know what I mean? I'm gonna start with something that I kind of did not want to talk about it, but at the same time, let's talk about it. Sonia Massey. Rest in power. What happened to you? I'm just going to say what happened to you was just murder. And after the police body cam came out, and I saw that, and I actually started looking at the faces of the other officers that was there, right? And then he comes out. At the end of it, he comes out and says, that bitch was crazy. And one of the officers that kind of looked at him a little sideways, like, bro, you just shot somebody. You just killed somebody. That bitch was crazy. You know what I mean? Like, and you called for help because you thought there was an intruder.
Well, she called. Yeah, she called. Yeah, not an intruder, but I think it was something about somebody that's supposed to be in the neighborhood that's been there for a while. And so she called the police. They showed up at her door, and
there you go.
You see what happened. So what I want to say about that, I've watched it. I've looked online about people talking, oh, she grabbed the pot of hot water. Which I don't know what world you live in where she grabbed the pot of hot water to throw it in. I mean, that's what they're trying to say. But if you look at the distance, it wasn't going to reach.
It wasn't going to reach. And the thing about it, we knew, looking at the video, at least as I was looking at the video, she was going to take the pot of hot water off the stove so it don't burn.
But, and here's what I want to tell you people. This is going out to you fanaticals of non-religion.
I'm glad you brought that up. That's where I was going to stay away from. But bring it up.
No,
let's talk.
We're not staying away from it because here's the thing. When she said the words, I rebuke you,
she felt the spirit that wasn't supposed to be there.
She felt the change in the atmosphere. She knew the demon that was there.
And she called him out.
Appeared, and she called him out.
Yep.
That's when that officer's demeanor completely changed. When she said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And all of a sudden, he escalated.
And not only that, here's the thing, and this is what makes it so much even more heartbreaking. I've been to tactical training before, right? One of the key things when they teach you about shooting a weapon is you aim for the largest mass, which is your torso. That officer shot her in her head.
In the face, right in the face, right here, through the back of her head.
If that's not murder, I don't know what it is.
And then his partner, I'm going to go get the medical kit out the car. He's like, man, that's a headshot. She's dead. She's done. You can get it if you want to, but she's done. He knew what he was doing. I think, I don't know if I've said this before. If I haven't, I'm saying it today. If y'all do not believe in evil intentions, in good and bad, I don't know what to tell you.
And the crazy part about it, and this is what's even worse about on the cops' behalf. You was in 4 different six in 4 years. I always get it back.
Yeah.
I always think it was 6 or 4
You said it the other day.
Yeah, I thought it was 4 jurisdictions in 6 years, but it's 6 jurisdictions in 4 years. So you've been in 6 jurisdictions in 4 years.
So something's going on. We know that. We know something's going on. We know what they haven't said, but it's going to come out during your trial, and we're going to sit there a while. And when you get put in jail, because you're going to jail, because they fired you because they didn't want to deal with you.
Yep. As a matter of fact, he's locked up right now. I hope they don't even put you in PC, bro. I hope they don't.
I want you to sit there with that demon that dwells inside your spirit. I want you to suffer endlessly to the point where you ain't got another option but do the option that fits you most.
Now, still getting off too easy, in my opinion.
No. The option that fits you most is long suffering. Getting a debilitating disease where he has nothing but to do with nobody around him but to cry and suffer. That's what I want. And then I pray to the God above that the person that comes to see you last, and you know where I'm going with this, is Miss Massey. That's what I want. I want you to suffer endlessly while your days are on this earth. I want you to suffer from a disease they can't cure. That's what you deserve. And when it comes to that last minute, the last face that you see, as God says, you know what, Sonia? Send him off. If it happens, I don't know, but I hope it does. Because that's what you deserve. There's no hate. There's no hurt. There's no hate. Listening, when we were in my wife and I were in Colorado when it came across, and I turned on the morning news. I turned on the morning news because I was like, and the father was there. You know what they did? They said, we can't even go to our next story. We're staying here with him because we want him to get out what he has to say. One, I commend the news for doing that. The Good Morning America, I think that's what Gail's on, right? Good Morning America or something.
Tell you. Don't get me lying. The only person I know besides my local news would be like whatever station Hooters on. Hold up, however you pronounce it, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know that. I just happened
what Michael Strahan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what station you're talking about. Well, I don't know the station, but I know what you're talking about.
NBC. Yeah, I think so.
But yeah. I commend Good Morning America for saying, you know what, we're dropping the rest of our show. We're staying right here. This is more important. He has something he needs to say. Let's let him say it. I read this. So many failed her. Could have been avoided if that department did not hire him or the previous precincts before them. But see, here's the thing. The failure is in the fact that his file doesn't necessarily follow him until maybe months later, because that's the way they do things. It's these departments, not giving them an excuse, but these departments, as we know, police hiring is at an all-time low. And it ain't going to get any better when you got this. You got the situation of the 4-year-old getting shot, quote unquote, by accident. After his mother got stabbed like 24 times by her boyfriend. We got these incidents happening. And they haven't just been happening. They've been happening. But the problem is the inaction is an action.
Well, apparently he had 2 DUIs. I didn't know this.
And you know how that works with police officers.
Well, and the crazy part about it with the police department, and this is one thing that I know because I actually, my uncle used to be a roommate with a sheriff's officer, right? So everybody knows about the rumor mill. It happens in the fire department too. When people want to get transferred or they're going to other houses or jurisdictions, precincts, whatever, there's rumor mills that go around. The white, as what they call the white shirts, they know what's going on. But
it has to. But see, the thing is, they have to be careful because of the FOP. You can't just not do something because of the FOP. Because the FOP will take you to court. You'll lose. You may lose your job as a leader, and then you're stuck.
So what I'm trying to say is that they have a good tendency and a good track record of trying to sweep shit under the rug and keep business as usual. Well, we saw how that ended up when the DOJ did Phoenix PD, their assessment. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, a lot of people are getting tired and sick and tired. And at the end of the day, what it comes down to is one of two things is going to happen. Somebody is going to need to step in and actually create a good reform system, or cops are going to start getting killed.
Well, it's not going to start. They've already been doing that. So
I'm talking about at a higher number than what's ever.
Again, look at the numbers. It's been doing nothing but going up. So it's already
going to get worse. That's what I'm saying. It's not going to get worse to where you're going to see 800 cops killed in a month. Never heard of it.
Again, it's already getting that way. So you're talking about it's going to get worse.
That's what I'm saying. No, there's going to need to be somebody that's going to need to step in and create a proper reform in regards to policing and the whole justice system, or it's going to create anarchy in the streets on unbeknownst numbers that's never been heard before, ever.
Again, like I said, it's already happened.
It's going to get worse, bro.
We know it's not going to get any better.
Unless you actually create a proper reform, which we both can agree that's not going to happen.
Phillies have the chain and includes during research. No one checked on this man before they hired him. Someone in that department should have called his previous employer.
They knew. They knew. Like I said, the people in blue protect that blue wall, and they'll sweep shit under the rug when they can.
Nobody wants to see that. That's he's talking about the reform, I'm quite sure. So again, like I say, the problem is the FOP, which if you don't know what that means, it's the Fraternal Order of Police. That's what the police unions and things like that. They protect their own. The problem is a lot of them are the old school
good old boys.
No, they're not. Well, you call them good. I don't call them good.
Old boys. The saying, them good old boys.
Old boys. I don't use it. I'm sorry. I don't use it. Old boys. Exactly.
It's gonna happen.
I'm gonna tell you what happened in Maryland last year.
Purge all over again in real life.
I'm gonna tell you what happened in Maryland last year. It went for like a week straight, back to back. It was 3, 4, 5, 6. The number kept getting up. Cops being killed. How? People were finding out where some cops live. It didn't matter what color the skin there was. You were a cop. Mm-hmm. They pop up on you. Pop. You're in your cruiser. You're on your way home. You get out your car, getting you in the driveway. It was happening to the point where they said, you know what? Something needs to change. What did Maryland do? They're still trying to figure it out, to be honest with you. But the cops said something needs to change. We need to do a better job of not being policing with violence. We need to stop profiling so much.
There was a country, I think it's Norway. Norway's police don't carry guns.
Actually, I believe it does. Somebody check that, because I think it's that in London too.
The only reason why that sticks out to me is because there's a prison in Norway called Holden Prison, right? And they house like the top criminals, like your pedophiles, your murderers, and stuff like that, right? But they treat them like civilized human beings there, where they have their own barracks, where they have their own kitchen. Each individual has their own cell. Now, is it luxury compared to American? Absolutely, because they got their own TV. They can have different chains of clothes and all. But it started making me look into like the country of Norway more, right? And that's how I came across where a lot of their smaller villages, I guess that's what they have out there is villages. Their police have no motherfucking firearms. None. Not a shotgun, not a handgun, not a rifle.
So what you're saying is take the weapons from the cops and leave them with the criminals?
No, that's not what I'm saying. But as far as what I'm going to say is...
Give them all rubber bullets?
No. I'm not even going to go to the weapons. I'm not even going to stick on the weapons. What I'm going to say is this. In what I've noticed in America, we treat ex-cons and convicts and people in the system behind the walls right now with less decency, with less respect than a cockroach. And at the end of the day, a lot of people that's locked up, yeah, I'm locked up, but I'm still a person. Treat me with some sort of decency. So what I'm saying is that if you start treating people with a lot more decency all around across the board as far as policing goes, you would honestly see a less intake in crimes, especially a less intake on repeat offenders. That's just my personal opinion.
So you're saying someone, I'm going to give you an example. Someone that goes on a shooting spree, murdering 4 or 5 people, gets into jail. We should give them the same chance as someone that just robbed a few people.
Now, when you say chance, break that down, because there's different meanings.
No. I'm not. I'm going off of what I'm not about giving. I'm using what I'm talking about. I'm staying with the example you just gave. You're talking about I should give them the same chance.
As a chance for opportunity and reform, absolutely.
Okay. I don't agree with it at all. If you've been out there, you murdered multiple people on a shooting spree, I'm going to give you a chance for reform. You goddamn lie, I'm not.
Everybody deserves a second chance.
Okay, everybody deserves a second chance. You're right. So let's give Jeffrey Dahmer, let's give Charlie Manson, let's give everybody everywhere a second chance. To the Davidian branch, let's do all of that. Let's give them all a second chance, y'all.
You don't think that a person that spends 25, 30 years in behind them walls doesn't deserve a second chance no matter what they did?
Oh, it depends on what they did. See, that's the thing.
Well, you said the same opportunity as somebody that
you
somebody.
Said no, the same opportunity.
And your example,
I said you would give them the same opportunity.
Your example that you just gave was a convicted murderer of 4 people versus somebody that robbed somebody. If that convicted murderer spent 25, 30 years behind bars, yes, give them opportunity for reform. I'm one of those people, I don't believe in the death penalty. I never liked it.
Okay. Don't ask me, because you know what our family's going through right now. So
I understand that.
No, you don't. If you did, you wouldn't say that to me right now.
As far as the death penalty, I don't believe, just like the government or another person shouldn't tell a woman what they should do with their body, the government does not have I strongly believe.
Well, it's not the government
should, or state or government should, because the federal government got capital punishment, states have capital punishment. Neither one should be able to determine who should live or who should die.
Well, did you know if you're in a jury trial and the jury comes about and says they can actually say, we do recommend the death penalty in this case? Do you know that can happen?
It's still a state case.
But the whole thing, did you not understand what I just said?
I get that.
I don't acknowledge what I just said.
I don't like it.
That's not what I asked you.
A jury can come back and say and recommend it.
Do you acknowledge what I just said?
Yes, but again, I don't like it. I'm not a fan of the
I didn't ask you if you liked it. That's not what I asked. I asked, do you acknowledge what I said?
I do.
Okay, so therefore, there's 12 people on a jury that don't agree with you.
Okay, and that's fine. I don't expect everybody to agree.
Truly, thank you. Because I believe in no matter what book you look at, no matter what faith you believe in, an eye for an eye is in there. Am I right or wrong?
That's perfectly fine. I don't want that on my conscience.
It ain't on your conscience.
Yes, it is. Especially if for example, if I'm the one sitting in the jury and I know it's a death penalty case, nah, I don't want no form of that.
Okay.
I don't. That's me personal. Everybody has their own views and feelings about it. I do believe, hey, if you're going in this day and age, if you give a person life behind bars, okay. Now, if you give them death, I don't like that. I just don't like that.
Let's catch up here. We got a bunch of comments coming in. Let's see. What's this one? Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And that didn't happen.
I'm sorry. We got to read what it said.
Accountability is the word of the day, and that didn't happen in so many cases. And most recently, Sonia Mask.
Well, no, the 4-year-old is actually more recent. So, and we got to figure out what's going on there. As soon as they stop treating officers like they're above the law, things will change. Hold them to the same standards as civilians.
That I do agree.
Bro, I believe in a life.
And go back to that last comment though. This one right here, yeah. And just to talk about that, what I would like to see is officers stop getting PC'd up. Just because you're an officer or an ex-officer and you committed a crime, you got protective custody. And
We're not ex-officers. They don't have it. Remember old boy in Georgia?
Sonia Massey killer, they fired him before he got arrested, and he PC'd up right now. He in protective custody right now.
Well, he didn't PC up, but they put him in. There's a difference. He didn't say, I want protective custody. They automatically do that because you're an officer. You're still an officer.
And so, that shouldn't be the case. That's what I'm saying. Hold them accountable as civilians. You wouldn't put a civilian in protective custody unless.
So let me get this straight. Wait. So wait.
Or a threat to somebody else.
Stop. So you just said, and everybody correct me if I'm wrong, we can rewind, that you don't believe in the death penalty. But you believe in them being in general population. Is that not the death penalty?
It's karma.
I give up, y'all. I give up. I am not saying anything for the rest of this show. Apparently, that's not the same thing as the death penalty.
No,
I believe the death penalty for a cop is being in Gen Pop, if I'm not right. If it truly help me out, somebody help me out. A death penalty for a cop is being in Gen Pop, if I'm not right. Isn't that the death penalty for a police officer?
That's like saying a pedophile or being in Gen Pop is a death penalty as well, depending on what he did or who he did it to.
Well, if it's a pedophile, it's a pedophile. So a pedophile is a pedophile. It doesn't matter who you did it to. You're a pedophile. You know what's going to happen. You're going to jail.
And you deserve every minute of it. And I'm just saying, as a cop, they might not even want to kill him. They might want to make his sentence a little bit extringent. You see what I'm saying? And so it might not be an automatic death penalty. Put him in Gen Pop. Let us get his ass whooped a couple of times. Or more.
It's gonna go beyond that because it's not. It's going beyond that. It ain't just gonna be. They're gonna whoop him a couple of times. Be honest with yourself.
Hell, what's his name? The cop that got convicted of killing George Floyd. He was in Gen Pop when he got stabbed out here, right? Or was he PC'd up?
No,
he was in Gen Pop.
Yeah, they were thinking it was a mistake that he was put in Gen Pop. AJ thinks. AJ, just think about it, man. Think about what just happened to my son a couple years ago, bro.
I get what you're coming from, and as heartbreaking as that is, I think worse can happen in Gen Pop behind the walls than a system putting you down.
You're going to expound on that because that doesn't.
A person could be tortured for their term. You got a 25-year bid, and just imagine being tortured 25. I think that holds more of an impact to me than putting somebody to death. Yeah, Derek Chauvin. That's his name.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, I forgot his name for a second. But I mean, to be honest and be real, I honestly think a lot more can happen behind the walls than putting somebody down. Putting somebody down is too easy. They get off easy. That's getting off easy, in my opinion.
Oh, we've got this one. Hold up. Pedophiles don't get any passes either, bro. In General Pop, exactly.
So put a cop behind General Pop, just like them pedophiles, and see what happens.
Man, would you have to disagree on that, bro? Because I'll never get my son back.
And that's heartbreaking. And that's the heartbreaking thing about it. That is the absolute most heartbreaking thing about it. There's people that lives that are taken, and I can understand the point of view of eye for an eye. I can understand where people
point of view. It's a biblical thing. And it's not just actually. I tell you that that's a biblical because you can look at it as the Christian Bible, the Muslim Bible, whatever you want to do. It's an
as a way of life.
It's not a way of life. It's no matter what you believe in. It's in that book. It's in the quote unquote your good book, whatever it is. But I tell you what, I'm gonna leave it at this. A whole lot of stuff just came just from the past few weeks is just flooded me here. Don't put yourself in a situation. That's all I gotta fucking say. Don't put yourself in a situation.
You gotta expound about that. What are you talking about? Because I think you're going like to a whole nother subject.
No, I'm not. I'm staying right with the situation at hand. Do not put yourself in a situation to end up in jail. Don't put yourself in a situation where you have to react or get reacted upon. Get reacted upon. People always say, I'd rather be judged by 12 and put under by 6. I tell you what, I agree with that too, to a certain extent. Threaten me, I'm going to laugh. Threaten me with intent, I'm going to still laugh. The difference is, I'll be on this side. On both of them. I ain't going to give you that opportunity. Don't put yourself in that position. You ain't going to do it either. Don't put yourself in that position. Don't do it. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you think. Think another way.
Now, you know what I just thought about when you was talking about all that right now? And it makes me kind of retract a little bit about what I said earlier. The only way that I feel in favor of the death penalty is if the family of the victim is the one putting the person down.
I see what you're saying.
You understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying. I forgot there is a state
so
that does something like
and
that.
I don't know if you would agree with me on this, but instead of having the government dictate that and put the terms on that, wouldn't it be better if the person that offended the offender, right, was put down by the family of the offended?
Or the defendant.
Yeah.
I understood what you were saying. When he said offender, he was talking about the defendant. So if the offender murders the defendant's family should be the ones to, the prosecutor's family should be the ones to end your life. It's a country that does that. I just can't think of where.
That's the only way that I'll be in favor, because to me that is karma. You reap what you sow in that aspect, right?
But see, what do I have to say? I think I'm a sick individual in that, because I'm going to make you suffer.
That part. It's up to now. You are understanding what I'm saying about that.
No. It wasn't about understanding. You said you don't like the death penalty.
I don't, based off how to me, if you are the offender, you still get off too fucking easy. They're gonna shoot you up with something and put you to sleep, and then your body dies. If you allow the family of the offended to go ahead and do what they do to the offender, let them have their fucking way.
Let's catch up real quick. True, especially if you took somebody's life unjustifiably. There you go. And he agrees with you. I can rock with that.
That part. That's the only way that I'll be in favor of a death. But as far as a government telling you, oh, you're put to death and we're going to give you 5 appeals that you can have 25 years to exhaust.
But here's the funny thing to me is,
and all that is, so that
it's funny you talked about the death penalty. I was looking at this for some dumb reason the other day, and there's been a couple of instances where it didn't work. They were trying to put him death with the by injection,
yeah,
and it didn't work.
There was a dude that got electrocuted, and they didn't electrocute. Yeah,
and he's still suffering.
There was a white dude. I read an article a couple years ago. They put him down by lethal injection, and then he came back to life.
Yeah.
And then so he appealed and said, "Hey, y'all, I did my sentence. Y'all tried to kill me,
and it didn't work.
And they let that motherfucker out."
Now, that's where street justice comes to play. But we're not going to talk about that, because that'll definitely get us taken down. Actually, we can say street justice and just let y'all minds figure that out. I'm still sticking with what I said. Do not get yourselves into a situation where the reaction ends up deadly, where the action ends up deadly. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because the circle over here, you're going to look, you're going to be holier than thou, if I can say that. I can say that, right? You're going to be holier than thou, and I'm not talking about spiritual either. People like to talk about John Wick. I ain't gonna say that.
Man,
people like to talk about John Wick.
Man, and he did that over his dog and a car.
And his wife.
Well, his wife was dead already.
No, I say that because his
the
wife bought him the dog, so it's over his wife.
But the dog, it's not about the dog, it's the principle. You know what I mean? And the car, you know what I mean? So yeah.
This motherfucker.
They ought to use the machine that they use. On that note, folks, we got
we're going to commercial. I ain't even
shit.
Hey, you. Me? Yes, you. What up? Are you ready to take your brand to the next level? Hell yeah! GLM Designs can help you with just that. Word? From laptop skins? You lying! Promotional flyers? Yo, son! Promo videos? I need that! OBS Twitch overlays and backgrounds. Hey, yo, let me get that! Professional one-sheets and so much more. Oh my god. Please visit our website, I'm on it right now, GottaLoveMeWorld.com today to check out our designs. Got it! Follow us on social media at Gotta Love Me World. Follow it! GLM Designs are here to take care of all your graphic needs.
Brace yourself, sports and music fans, because every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Arizona time is Go Time. Introducing one of the hottest, most entertaining, and downright addictive podcasts you'll ever need. PD&J was good today. Hosted by none other than J-Dub the King and Pocket. These two dynamic personalities will keep you on the edge of your seat with their unique blend of humor, storytelling, and knowledge of sports and entertainment. And you know what makes it even better? They're live on YouTube and Facebook, so you can join the conversation and be a part of the action. We're always on the lookout for awesome guests to join us on the show. So if you think you've got what it takes to hang out with J-Dub the King and Pocket, then slide into our inbox at J-Dub the King. That's JDUBBTHAKING. And let's make some magic together. So what are you waiting for? You don't want to miss a single episode. See you on Wednesday.
Like if they were to do what I was just petitioning about, like allow the families to do what you got 48 hours to do it, right? I'm just thinking about how a sadistic motherfucker would utilize that 48 hours.
Bro, I don't watch every Saw twice. I don't watch.
Oh, shit, we're back. Oh, comment. Swiss
cheese. You know what? I got a question. What is everybody's favorite type of cheese?
Swiss, provolone. I don't like cheddar. I don't like American.
American is just.
I don't like it.
I like Munster. I do like Swiss sometimes.
It depends on what you're.
White cheddar, I do like.
It depends on what is going on, right? So, like, if I'm getting a good burger, depending on how the burger is made.
Oh, have you tried one? What the heck kind of cheese is it? Come on, not Munster. I can see it too. It's like one of them fancy ass cheeses.
Brie?
Man, Brie.
I'm not no. Look, oh shit, we got comment. Provolone. Okay.
Oh shoot.
Swiss cheese, baby. So anyway,
I just want to beat him with a rusty pipe.
Dude, I would literally I'm already thinking
Little die tetanus.
No, dude, I'm literally thinking about what the hell I would do to somebody. Let's just say I would take a tube with a funnel down his throat.
Raggiano, that's one of them, and it's another one. Gouda, that's the one I was trying to think
He
about.
literally bypassed what I said. That's okay.
I'm stuck on my cheese, man, because he said Swiss cheese. Now I'm like, oh, you know what?
Yeah, I would literally, that's what I would do. Anyway, so let's go ahead and talk about the biggest elephant in the room.
There's an elephant in the room?
Yeah, you didn't see it?
I wonder if it's kind of crowded in here.
It's hot. Stinky.
Yeah, he better stop blowing.
Yeah. Anyway, so the biggest elephant in the room, like we said, we've been off for a couple of weeks, so let's just talk about it. It happened, folks. I've been saying it was going to happen, and it happened. Not when I thought it was going to happen, but it happened. Joe Biden drops from the race. Now, I honestly thought he was going to do it at the DNC.
I'm about to say, hold on.
I thought he was going to do it at the DNC.
Y'all, now I'm on vacation. This Negro here going to text me. I think he's going to do it at the DNC.
Yeah.
But see, remember what I told? No, I told. It was just us talking. We didn't say this on the show. Remember, I said when Obama was in Vegas and Kamala was in Vegas, there was a discussion had.
And then Obama comes out and says, they have a discussion. And then he tweets out that tweet that goes out and says, hey, Mark Kelly, if you put your hat in the race, I'll endorse you. Right? So that's when I'm like, okay, there's talks going on. Now you got the Obamas coming to Biden, which probably was the icing on the cake for him. You know what I mean? Then, like I thought it was going to happen at the Democratic National Convention. It happened way earlier than I projected, folks.
Now, here's what I'm going to say. This is the first time it's unprecedented that they did not have.
Time out. We got a blue cheese and Gouda fan. I'm not a fan of blue cheese.
Oh,
I'm not a fan of blue cheese.
Oh man, you know what?
Gouda's good.
You gotta have my blue cheese burger, bro. It's man. I ain't gonna say the recipe on here because it's too many of them.
Anyway, go back to what I'm sorry.
But like I was saying, this is the first time it's unprecedented that for the Democratic primary, you didn't get to vote. So looking at it from that aspect, this is the first time democracy failed everybody. Because he waited too long. That's the only reason why, because he waited too long to pull out. So democracy failed us. That just pause. Wait a minute.
Oh my God!
When I was saying it, I'm like, this is definitely not coming
And
out.
I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it. Oh fuck! No Diddy. Oh shit!
Like, it's the first time ever. Now, will it bite the Democratic Party in the ass? That's the problem that
I don't. I hear it. You know what? That's a great question, and I actually thought about it. Here's my answer to that.
We don't know.
Here's my answer to that. I really think it's going to come down to the vice president pick, and my money is on Mark Kelly. If she selects Mark Kelly as the vice president candidate running mate, I really think that gives the Democratic Party hope, and a lot of hope for what they were calling the double haters. That's just my personal opinion.
Now, my next thing is, since everybody wants Trump to speak up on the stuff that he said, here's what I want Kamala to do. I want you to come out and speak on the fact that you let several people, innocent people, you swept under the rug. Dang it, Trulu, I'm trying to be politically correct here, and you ain't helping, man. You're not helping. Let me try this again. Rewind. I want Kamala to come out. And we'll put you in timeout. Go in the corner.
Shit.
Go in the corner. Pull off on the road and go in the corner.
I'm loving it. I'm fucking loving it.
But here's seriously though, Kamala, you need to speak for your actions when you were district attorney in California. Because a lot of stuff you did was grimy as hell. And I don't forgive you for it. And you ain't earned my vote and a lot of other people's vote. And I'm gonna leave it at that. You have to earn it. I'm not gonna give it to you because you're a black female. Come on now. You gotta do more than that. I'm not gonna give it to you because all these women are twerking for votes. You ain't getting a vote for me from that way. You need to speak for what you did. There's too many innocent people. And what's bad about it is y'all talking about why ain't he debating her, because they're lining them people up that she innocently put in jail. That's what's happening. I'm telling y'all. She might have been great for now, but when the stories come out, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. That's my thoughts on it. You need to speak for what you did. Everybody wants Trump to speak. I want you, and other people want you to speak on what you did.
Here's the thing: when you speak about that, here's my only rebuttal to that.
Ain't no rebuttal. She's the one that hit the. It's already been proven that she's the one that hit the evidence. She hit the evidence.
Here's my only rebuttal to that. When it comes to the woman vote,
She don't have it all.
she has majority.
Does she?
I think she does.
You think?
A lot of the independent women, a lot of the And when I say independent women, I'm talking about like the independent party women.
I understand. I know what you were saying.
But
I understand what you're saying, but yeah, you gotta.
Yeah, I got yeah. But like,
wait, make sure the comments are clear. Okay, we good.
As far as like that independent vote from coming from the woman, a lot of the double haters coming from the women's side, and just a lot of women in general, like, are coming on the Kamala bandwagon. And here's what I don't want to happen. Don't do it just because she is a woman. If you're going to jump on that bandwagon, jump on the bandwagon because you honestly feel she's going to do stuff for you as a woman.
I'm glad you said that. And here's what I'm going to say with that. It's too late for that because that's what they're letting the narrative to be pushed. They ain't changed it.
And they won't.
And that's not good.
Honestly, like I said, the only hope that...
Can anybody... Wait. Can anybody tell me? Can anybody tell me what she said she's going to change?
I haven't heard anything as far as...
See, why you do that, man?
No, here's the thing about it. Like, she had a rally in Atlanta or whatever case may be. What was that, yesterday?
Yeah, and didn't speak on anything.
And really didn't speak on anything. And here's what it comes down to. Again, personal opinion, she ain't going to speak out on policies until it's official, until she actually gets that DNC nomination.
Because they're still trying to find somebody to go against her. That's all it is.
Now,
what that says to me is the Democratic Party's not confident.
And the Democratic Party ain't even challenging people. The people that they thought were going to challenge her have already came out and said, "We're not challenge her."
Because they don't want the hate. They don't want the backlash.
The whole thing about it is when it comes down to it, in order for Kamala to secure that office, there's two things in my opinion that's going to happen. She's going to get that woman vote.
She's going to get it by default.
And the second thing that's going to happen, it really, and this is the most important thing to me, it really, really depends on who her vice president pick is. And if it's Mark Kelly, I really think she's going to win.
Hey, man, we got all them alphabet letters and the Mason orders and fraternities and sororities all lined up.
Yep, that part. And then you just got the workers union. I just read earlier today, a workers union just gave her Kamala an endorsement. But it's crazy. You got all her sorority sisters coming out, and then the sororities that got the fraternities, they're coming out. Like,
but the thing is, when you look at the scope of how many, it's a dent. It is a dent, but is it enough? And the whole thing is, as she has all of these rallies, she needs to start speaking about policies. The more rallies she has, the less she speaks, she's going to start losing people. She can't do like your old girl, Hillary. She can't do like that. Hillary decided, oh, I ain't going there for a rally. Forget it. And that's what the state she didn't go to. That's the one she lost.
Yeah. I want to see what she's going to do with that blue wall. I was telling my wife, the states that she's going to need is Michigan, Pennsylvania, and
Texas.
Ohio.
Well, she's going to need Texas.
I'm talking about that blue wall, though.
Well,
that blue wall.
The thing is, you have to win Texas. You have to win Florida as well, because that
blue
wall.
Course. Yeah. But that blue wall is important, though.
No, here's what I'm saying is because if you win those two, you more than likely break through the blue wall. If you win those two, you're going to break through the blue wall.
Well, it's already a blue wall.
Exactly. It's already, you know what I mean? What I'm saying, it's a blue wall now, but you're going to break through. If you can get Texas and Florida on board, you'll actually be able to crack it. You can crack
it. Don't let them change shit. They all be lying. Hey,
you know what?
Facts. I cannot disprove that. We all know that.
No, it's funny. We
all know that.
You know, here's what I want to say though. What have we been saying to y'all for the past couple years now about you need to not only vote for the president, what do you need to vote for? Your senators,
your ambassadors, your senators.
And guess what people are saying right now? The president can't do it by himself. You got to win the House and the Senate and all this stuff. I'm like, we've been saying that for how long? A couple years now.
Fuck that. Fuck the House. Fuck the Senate. Fuck the presidency. Local. Focused. Local. If you want to make it, and here's why I'm saying it. Let me finish though. And the reason why I'm saying this is because at the end of the day, who's in the House and who's in the Senate is not going to change within the next 8 years. But if you change who your local representation is, and they are elevating to go ahead and get to that House and get to that Senate, you stand a better chance of a change within 4 to 8 years.
Can somebody help them understand it's every 2 years for Senate and House that you can change? Not every 8, it's every 2. But
it's not going to change within 2 years, though. That's what I'm saying. Within 4 to 8 years, you can see a change starting from your local going into the House.
But the whole thing is saying don't change, don't vote for that change. You need to do it for everything.
But what I'm saying
so
is,
don't just stop.
Okay,
local.
you're right.
Have to go.
Well, no, I'm not saying don't focus on it. But what I am saying is focus a little bit more on your local.
Ultimately, remember how we told y'all, start locally and keep going.
Exactly.
Like, so if you got local and Senate,
saying.
You got to do both. You can't just focus on the judges. You have to do the judges, the Senate, and the House.
Your councilmen,
local, your councilman, and some, what the hell is the thing called?
Your
alderman.
Your
alderman. You have to do that. You have to. Well, actually, no. She didn't raise the money. That's where you're wrong. She didn't raise it. What happened was the campaign for Biden was for Biden and her. That's what Trump's team's challenging. The money was for both of them. When Biden backed out, she automatically got that money.
Well, no. Well, honestly, what happened, and multiple reports said, a lot of the donors that were supposed to donate to the Biden campaign were holding out, even people that already committed. We'll just leave it right there. But so, like I was saying, so even the ones that honestly committed, and even the ones that were thinking about but couldn't come up with the number, they were holding out. So when Biden pulled back, a lot of that old money came out because people started pledging and donating. But then what I was reading, 62% of the money that she raised was new money and a lot of small donation money. It wasn't like the big, large donors. It was a lot of the smaller ones that started donating when they found out. So at the end of the day, for her to raise $200 million in 4 days, no, it wasn't. It was longer than 4 days. How long was it? About
It was like 6 days.
6 days, yeah.
But either way, a lot, like you said, was so again, it wasn't really new money. It was old money that was stashed people were going to use when Biden backed out. Like, oh, well, who y'all going to? Oh, okay, it's Kamala. That's why I said she's going to win it by default because nobody's challenging. But the problem is she needs to talk about the policy she's going to do.
And she won't until the DNC. I guarantee you.
Well, the whole thing is she ain't going to wait that long. She's not going to wait that long. She's
going
to.
I could be wrong. I was wrong about when Biden was going to pull out.
And here's why I'm saying that. Here's why I'm saying that.
You might be right.
No, this is what I'm saying. I said she, but I'm going to stand corrected. She's not going to leak. It's going to be a leak that happens that talks about her policies. Because that's how things happen. Leaks happen. It was already leaked that Biden, remember, it was leaked that Biden was going to back out. But nobody knew when, except for the Democratic Party, Barack, his lead advisor, and Kamala.
I think, honestly, the plan was the DNC, but when he caught COVID, he was all like, I can't do it.
I don't think he ever had COVID. I'm sorry. I don't think he had COVID. I think it was about going to Delaware, having a come to Jesus moment. Remember, he met with his family, what, a month ago? Right after the debate. So I think it was already set in stone. That was the leeway. And all of a sudden, think about how people had contact with him and he got COVID miraculously. So we didn't have to meet Netanyahu, which we'll talk about that. Didn't have to meet with him, supposedly, but he still ended up meeting with him. Think about the timeline with the COVID. When did it come out? Then he still met with Netanyahu. So, and they shook hands. This man still had COVID. Supposedly. Come on, y'all. Read between the lines. He was already setting the stage to back out.
It wasn't
Actually,
it wasn't 248 hours. She raised 80 million in 48 hours. It was 80 million in 48 hours.
and it was now okay. This, you know what? This is something I also wanted to talk about. So
because she raised 60 something, 40 something million in 4 hours. $48 million in 4 hours after Biden had endorsed her.
now here's a question that I have for everyone. How is it that we can get 50,000 black women on a Zoom call to raise money for her, but in the same aspect, they can't do that for the single black women that are stuck in shelters?
No,
unfortunately.
Did you see what happened when the
Oh, I ain't done.
Did you see what happened when all the white women got together to raise money for Kamala Harris and the fucking Zoom call just crashed? You hear about it? Was like 200 people that tried to log in at one time and shit crashed.
So you mean to tell me y'all can raise money for that, but when it comes to the homelessness and things that are going on for your own kind, you can't do that? I ain't cool with that either. There's a lot that I'm not cool with that I don't really want to go into detail, because what they're gonna say is what I'm a what? What's the word you? A double what?
A double hater?
Yeah, but they ain't gonna call me a double. They're just gonna call me a hater. I'm just looking at it from what it is. It shows me that y'all can align to do something for someone that hasn't necessarily identified themselves. They did themselves as biracial. Now, according to Americans, if you don't identify as black, they hate. Her whole policy right now is what she ain't going to do, what she ain't going to allow. Well, the whole thing is, here's my thing about the president, and I say this, remember I said this, and I said this about the Queen of England, that they're just puppets, honestly. When you look at the monarch in England and the presidency here, they're just puppets, dude. They really don't have any say in anything, except when it comes to the fact that they want to do something as far as that the whole country is going to have to suffer from. And I say suffer because is she going to stop the giving to all Iraq and Ukraine?
That's my concern.
Is she?
That is my concern right there. And I was talking to a couple of people about this, and they're like, "Well, what's your problem with Kamala?" I'm like, "Well, let's just be real. I'm not going into past stuff like with her being district attorney or not. None of that shit with California. Let's deal with what she did as vice president, right?
What did she do?
Hear me out. You're under the same administration that gave how many billions of dollars away? What makes you think, or what makes me think, you're not going to do the same thing?
Well, not only that, you let how many illegal immigrants come in, and now the cost of living is gone.
The immigration is not my issue right
now. Okay, so you're okay with paying the prices that you pay them? Cool. All right. I'm glad we know that. I ain't. Never will be. Never have been, never will be. The border. I want to see what she's going to do.
Like I said, they're all liars. Border. And honestly, when it comes to the border, before you even go on that, when it comes to the border, Republican, Democrat, Independent, I don't care what it is. Going back to this statement right here. They're all liars. They've been talking about the border. I can remember since the first Bush, the 92 election. Was it 92 or 94? 92. They were talking about the borders. They ain't did shit about it. Clinton getting in office. I'm going to do something about the border. They ain't done that. When it comes to the immigration in America,
I want y'all to check me. I want y'all to check me.
I'm sorry.
I want y'all to
when
check me.
When it comes to the immigration, Republican, Democrat, or Independent, they ain't did.
I hate to say that's where you're wrong. I'm going to check you, and y'all can check the facts. The only president during his reign that did anything remotely and did it quietly, and people don't even know this unless you check the facts. But check the facts, was Obama.
On immigration,
he was the most vigilant when it came to immigration on the border. He was the most vigilant. He the one that signed on a lot of bombings in different countries. Again, it was the what was it called? It's the magic trick. I'm going to show you one thing.
Oh, sleight of hand?
Yep. I'm going to show you one thing, and I'm going to do something else. Sleight of hand. I'm going to show you one. I'm going to talk about this. But while I'm talking about this, focus on this. I'm doing this behind your back.
And that's funny that you mentioned that too, because the whole like the sleight of hand thing, right? Mm-hmm. It was funny because there was something going on at that time. I forgot what it was when Obama was in office, and then all of a sudden we see on the news, Hussein, Saddam Hussein. We've killed him. We've captured him.
What are you saying?
Osama bin Laden. I'm sorry. Osama bin Laden.
There you go.
Osama bin Laden.
There you go.
Yeah. We found Osama bin Laden and we killed him. But you was just talking about this. Where the fuck this at? What? Yeah, I'll give you that. That's a Chicago nigga.
it ain't even Chicago. It's called
that nigga had crazy style with that shit. Like
it's called the sleight of hand.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you this. Focus on this over here. While over here, I'm taking care of some things that y'all don't need to know about because I don't want y'all to think I'm that guy. Well, I hate to tell y'all, he's that guy. He was that guy.
That part say it louder for the people in the back that are straight puppets. They're all liars. It don't matter. It don't matter. Like I said,
all I'm saying is
it doesn't matter what party.
Here's one under.
I hate the parties, bro.
No, I don't even hate the parties. It's the liberals versus.
Well, hear me out when I say I hate the parties, bro. Okay. Like at the end of the day, we have a bird as our mascot, the bald eagle, right?
And why is it gonna be bald? The most bad white people. All right, go. I'm sorry, y'all don't listen to me. We'll talk about that another day. But the bald eagle.
So my whole thing about it, any bird, fuck the eagle, like any bird, right? You need two wings to fly. So fuck this left wing, fuck this right wing, fuck the liberal, fuck the conservative, fuck Republican, fuck Democrat. I don't believe in any party like you need all parties for the bird to fucking soar.
That's the whole purpose. They choose the bird that soars the highest, didn't they?
The eagle. But he needs both wings, right?
Right now, it's only one wing. So he's not soaring anymore.
That nigga going in circles.
He ain't even doing it. He's slowly making the descent. They can't mention the borders because some of them ain't going to say no name, sabotage the border reveal. Once again, I ain't going to say no name. Who can't mention the border? Because your boy in the office right now, he's being Jesus. Come one, come all. I don't care if you got a record in a foreign country. We're going to ignore that. Just come. Come. The altar call. What that's what it's called. Altar call. That's what he's doing.
So you don't think they deserve a second chance?
In their country? Fuck what you heard. Like I said, I'm tired of paying these prices. You ain't?
But it ain't just immigration that's causing these prices to go up. So that's why I can agree with that.
Immigration is a part of it. So you can't, if you don't agree with it, then you won't agree with that part. It's a part of it. It's a serious part of it.
If you add up all the numbers from the 90s until today, they don't say it came through the borders illegally. When where the hell is all the people? Facts. That's what I said. They all liars, bro. It don't matter what fucking party you represent.
I'm not gonna say I'm gonna spread my wings, but if I spread my wings, I might hit a few people. That's all I'm gonna say. If I spread my wings, where we at? That way?
Can I spread that wing over here?
I'm going to hit a few people. That's all I'm going to say.
All right, folks. Well,
oh wait. See, Trulu, bruh. You can come out. You can come out of the corner on the sidewalk now.
Shut up.
You can come on the sidewalk.
Man, until next week, folks. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode.
You know what? I want to say we enjoyed y'all. We missed y'all. We can't wait to see y'all next week. There's other stuff that we want to talk about. Like
what?
Stuff we want to talk about.
Bro, the Olympic opening ceremony was some shit.
Oh boy.
Oh my God.
I did not want to talk.
Bro, that was like as far as, and here's my thing, right? As far as with the Paris Olympics and shit like that, what I wanted to see was the culture of Paris in their opening ceremony. I didn't get that. And if that's your culture of parent, I don't want to go there. I'm good.
I'm biting my tongue, and
I'm
you're looking
good.
at me. Why am I making these facial expressions?
I'm good. And then the Major League All-Star game, national anthem.
Again, well, you know what? Technically, we kind of owe them from.
Do we owe them?
We kind of do owe
For
them
what?
because we weren't here. And if
So this bitch fucked up the goddamn national anthem horribly.
Somebody said go to rehab.
And the thing about it, she came out the next day and said that she was intoxicated. I don't believe that. But now she's in now she's in rehab.
Sorry, something's in my throat.
Yeah, I had to bring it up. I'm sorry.
Ooh, damn. Must be allergies.
Huh? They have the haves and the have-nots, period.
My nose.
Would you stop already?
It's the allergies. The national anthem makes me do that sometimes.
Yeah, it does. Like, bro, I start sneezing when there's bullshit in the atmosphere.
Ooh.
That part, for real. Like, that national anthem came on, I couldn't stop sneezing. Could not stop sneezing.
I'm so glad I missed it.
And then the thing about it, have you noticed a lot of people, and I'm not going to bring up race, but a lot of people have started denouncing the national anthem. Why? They started actually reading like the whole national anthem, the second verse and everything.
So, in case y'all don't know, the first stanza is the only thing that's ever sung. Because the second stanza is the most racist, nondescript piece of work. And Francis Scott Key, he was only trying to rile the people up. I don't think he was trying to do it now.
Not in the way you thought.
But guess what? You're riling up some folk, man.
So until next week, folks, make sure you tune in. And don't forget.
He lay on the ground doing the curly shuffle.
Nah, I wasn't going to say that. I was going to say, don't forget, never pull out. Until next week.
Unless the presidency. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
Oh, shit. No, fuck. Pocket. Shut up.
What?
You're done.
I'm not-
We're done. The show's over.
They're done. They're done.